Hey guys, Jacob here. As you guys know, it is June 1st, 2021, and it is Tuesday, which means this is going to be this week's vendor reset. At the front desk vendor, they are selling the Chain Killer Vest that has critical hit chance, weapon damage, skill haste, and perfect headhunter. If you guys don't have this, I'd recommend grabbing it just to have it. At the same time, it will cost you 15,000 credits. So if you guys are a little low on money, then maybe you could farm this in the loot allocation areas. But if you don't have it and you really want it, then I'd highly recommend grabbing it. I'm going to scroll to a few more items in case any of you guys want to pick this stuff up. But overall, that's all they're really selling at the front desk vendor. Now, if you guys go past your stash box, then go right to this atrium area, past the ivory box, and then go past the raid murals, and you guys will hit the clan quarters. Shout out to DOD and Kamikaze Von Doom. And this is the clan vendor. This week, they're selling the Fox's Prayers. If you guys do not have these, I'd highly recommend picking them because they're one of the best items for DPS builds in the game, or one of the best items in the game in general. Because a lot of people use these for skill builds, they use them, for hybrid builds, even defensive builds if you're running all blues, so you can get that damage targets out of cover. I'm going to scroll to a few more items in case any of you guys want to pick this stuff up. They are selling max rifle damage if you guys need that for a rifle build. But other than that, they're not really selling anything else at the clan vendor. At the theater summit, I cannot speak today. This week they're selling the Celebrate shotgun. If you guys don't have this, I'd recommend grabbing it. At the same time, they're not really selling too much at the other vendors, but in case you guys need these items, I'd recommend picking them up. That's it for the theater. Next location on the list is going to be the campus settlement. This week they're selling the Tabula Rasa, which is the named L86A2 with perfect steady-handed. Has pretty low stats, but if you guys want this, I'd recommend grabbing it. But other than that, they're not really selling anything too crazy, but if you guys need any of these items, I'd recommend grabbing them. Now we're going to be at the Dark Zone vendors. This is DZ West. Keep this in mind, you will need a different resource to buy these items, which you can get by deconstructing gear and extracting it, or finding little boxes scattered around the Dark Zone. This week there's selling the Rock and Roll Shotgun, which is the named ACS-12. If you guys don't have this, I'd recommend grabbing it, but at the same time, you guys can farm loot allocations to get this. And if you're wondering what the difference is between this and the normal ACS, you guys can see that you get 50% magazine capacity instead of the standard 20 rounds. Let's scroll through a few more items in case any of you guys want to pick this stuff up. They are selling some pretty decent Foundry Bulwark knee pads if you guys need armor regen and you want to roll max armor on those. And they're selling max armor if you guys need that for a roll on your gear. And they are selling y'all gear knee pads if you guys need that for a hazard style build. But overall, that's me about it for DZ West. Next is going to be DZ South. This week they're selling the safety distance. This one's actually not too bad if you guys want to max it out because it does have damage hard stuff cover, but you guys pretty much get this damn gun almost everywhere. So if you want to farm loot allocation areas for SMGs, you probably can get your hands on it pretty easy unless you really, really want it. I'm going to scroll through a few more items in case any of you guys want to pick this stuff up. But overall, that's all they're really selling this week. A few other mentions I will point out are going to be this Obliterate Petrov chest piece if you guys need that for an LMG build, and this Hunter's Fury vest if you guys are trying to find that. The final Dark Zone on the list is going to be DZ East, as you guys will see right here. And she is selling the Night Watcher mask, which this one is pretty average, has pretty decent stats on it. But at the same time, you guys probably have millions of these, so you could probably just farm loot allocation areas and get it. But overall, that's all they're pretty much selling at DZ East. The last two vendors on the list are going to be the ones in New York. Keep this in mind, they do not sell any named items. If you guys need any of this stuff, I just recommend grabbing it if you want it. They are selling this Sombra chest piece that has glass cannon. I think this is perfect for new players who are trying to make a build. If you want to get rid of glass cannon or some like intimidate, obliterate, something like that, or just leave it on here and max out the stats. They're also selling max status effects if you guys need that for your knee pads. But other than that, that's all they're really selling at the front desk in New York. Now, if you guys take a left and go through here, right to the atrium, and take a right, you'll see Roy Benitez standing right here. But this week, he's not really selling anything too crazy. He's selling this FAMAS if you guys need one for PvE or PvE purposes. This one's not too bad, has critical damage already on it if you want to get rid of Future Perfect and put something else. Or try rolling them in the crafting vendor. Or crafting station, that is. But overall, they're not really selling anything too crazy this week besides the Fox Pair knee pads and a few other items you might need worth picking up. But overall, thank you guys all for watching. Make sure you subscribe for more Division 2 content, and I'll catch you guys all.
Listen.